In today's video, we'll take a closer look at the FTX token, also known as FTT, but first let's define FTX. FTX is a major cryptocurrency trading platform with a few unique features. It was co-founded by someone well known on the internet, and it has gradually surpassed other crypto exchanges by offering low fees and a simple user interface. We can't begin learning about FTX, the brand, without first knowing about its co-founder. Due to his practical, philanthropic philosophy and down-to-earth manner, Sam Bankman-Fried has a net worth of over $20 billion and is one of the internet's most popular billionaires. From roughly 2013 to 2017, SBF worked as an ETF trader at a Wall Street firm called Jane Street. Around 2017, he quit and went to work as a director of development for the Center of Effective Altruism, although he barely stayed for 2 months before leaving to start his own quantitative trading firm, Alameda Research. In a nutshell, this is a sophisticated way of saying he started his own trading firm. He discovered an edge and devised a strategy for extracting as much wealth as possible from it. However, for a brief moment, he was the only one who could use it on this large scale. In essence, something is known as the kimchi premium, or the price difference between Bitcoin in the US and Korean markets. For example, if you buy a Bitcoin for $10,000 in the US, a Bitcoin in Korea might have lost $15,000 at the exact same moment. This situation opened the door for someone who could set up a commerce channel. In fact, there is a slew of other markets which had the same issue. Another is the Japanese market, which Sam and his colleagues appear to have fully exploited. However, there was one stumbling block: transferring money around quickly enough. Sam, for example, had to buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin and then fly to Korea or Japan to sell it to individuals. After that, he was left with a handful of Japanese yen or Korean won, which he couldn't use to acquire crypto immediately. That was, in fact, a contributing factor to the whole issue. As a result, he needed to find a way to convert the yen and won back to the US dollar, which he could then deposit into his account and use it to buy additional Bitcoin. Now, Sam has solved a slew of problems on a large scale. For example, how can you buy $1 million or $15 million worth of Bitcoin from an exchange in a single day? How can you get a group of individuals to help you sell your Bitcoin in Korea or Japan and then get that money returned to you the next day so you can buy more? Sam, on the other hand, figured it out and was able to profit as a result. It was conceivable, he replied, if you could scale it up to 10% per weekday. We haven't talked about FTX up to this point, but you can see where I'm heading with it. This FTX is a firm started by a man who's willing to go to extremes to make it work. In fact, I believe FTX holds the record for having the most available countries on its exchange. The pricing schedule is one of the most critical aspects of the FTX brand. FTX.US claims to have been created by traders for traders, and this is shown in their trading cost. In fact, one of my favorite aspects of FTX.US is the inexpensive fees. FTX.US boasts relatively cheap trading costs when compared to other crypto exchanges, which is likely due to the fact that it was started by a trader. Their initial maker and trader fees, for example, are 0.1% and 0.4% respectively, whereas Binance fees are 0.1% and 0.5% and Coinbase fees are 0.4% and 0.6%. The next point I'd like to mention is that FTX.US is a legally regulated exchange in the United States, which means that they require KYC, or Know Your Customer process, in which you must prove your identity. This is largely for tax and money laundering purposes and is very common when purchasing cryptocurrency via an exchange. To get started with FTX.US, you'll need to enter your legal name, current address, birthplace, date of birth, social security number, and an ID document that verifies some of the above information. Another thing to consider is that you'll almost certainly be required to take a picture or two in order to authenticate your source of funding. But keep in mind that this is a one-time setup process that takes less than 5 minutes on average. If you ever signed up for the KYC exchange like Binance.US or Coinbase, you've already gone through this process. What is the FTX token exactly? Their website, ftx.com, contains a wealth of information. I do recommend that you do more in-depth research on these currencies yourself. However, according to their website, the FTT will receive socialized gains from the insurance fund on FTX on the Succeeded Altogether section. On the Succeed Together section, FTX will buy and burn FTT equal to 33% of all fees generated on FTX markets. FTT holders will receive a free discount and tighter OTC spreads. and FTT will be used as collateral on FTX. The FTT/FTX coin, sometimes known as FTT, is the FTX ecosystem's backbone. They've carefully crafted incentive systems to boost network effects and FTT demands while reducing circulation supply. On July 29, 2019, FTX launched Spot FTT/USD, FTT/USDT, and FTT/BTC markets. These are conventional two-way spot marketplaces with no restrictions on trading. Binance, BitMax, CoinEx, Huobi, and Bitfinex have all listed FTT. FTT offers free rebates to holders. You can check the current price structure here. The recent MTT base fee refund runs from $100 to $5 million, with a minimum reduction on FTX trading fees of 3% for the $100 range and 60% for the $5 million range. There are no discounts or other advantages available in the $100 range. Still, as you move up to the $5 million range, it peaks at around 2% discount on FTX OTC and other benefits. And we instantly become a VIP if you do the $5 million FTT holding in US dollars. In buy and burn mode, we shall replace brain tokens equal to 133% of all fees collected on FTX markets, 10% of net additions to the same insurance socialized gains. Starting at 10 p.m., FTX will buy on the FTX/UST, FTT/USD book with 3% of fees collected from other FTX platform users. Every Monday, I suppose it's Hong Kong time, by 11:59 p.m., all tokens purchased will be burned. Tuesday, HKT. The following is a list of trades. Return to the market cap, where they also have a brief description. FTX is owned by FTX Trading Ltd, an Antigua and Barbuda-based firm. Alameda Research, a cryptocurrency liquidity service, did not come in baiting FTX. FTX is a leverage token that aims to provide users with a simple and automated approach to gaining leverage. The FTX ecosystem utility token is FTT. FTT holders are said to have obtained benefits from the insurance fund, including weekly purchasing and burning fees, decreased FTX trading expenses, OTC refunds, collateral for future trading, and socialized gains. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and let us know what you think about the token in the comments area below. Do you believe it will be added to more exchanges in the future? Do you believe it has good application purposes for the current exchange? Do you think it's cool that it also is available on other exchanges? Also, if you want to learn more about Bitcoin and different cryptocurrencies, feel free to like and subscribe to this channel.